back, everyone, to OpenLine, talking about elder care law, elder law. Tim Takacs is with us, joining us via Zoom, answering your questions about what to do as we all get older. How do you prepare for that? What about caring for a loved one as they get older? What sort of steps should you take? Let's go to, we're going to talk about trust in a moment, but let's go to Wayne here. Wayne, what is on your mind?
I was just thinking, you're making a statement not to leave it to your kids, your inheritance. That's contrary to the scripture. You leave an inheritance to your children and your children's children. To leave it to the state, they're killing our unborn children. And some rest homes, they don't even let you visit your own family, and they're dying of this COVID, or they're dying of lack of someone caring for them. How are they getting this COVID stuff when they won't let their family in? And to milk a company, a family for $5,000 to $10,000 a month and leave nothing for the family, you take care of your own in your own home and have a visiting nurse come and just make modifications to your home instead of letting somebody bankrupt you. Leave nothing for your family, nothing for your future education.
Right. No, yeah. Okay, I see what you're saying. And you weren't saying like after you pass on, don't leave it to your kids. You're talking about to get around the look back but I'll let you explain what you heard what Wayne's saying. You know, what do you want to say?
Yeah, and I think he's exactly on point. Is that we're certainly not saying that you should not be. You know, that all of our our older people, all of our clients are wanting to leave a legacy. You know, they would like to leave, you know, and if that include, you know, a legacy could be certainly money and property that they have. But ultimately, you know, a lot of it is that, you know, they have presumably a responsibility to take care of themselves. And a responsibility to take care of their spouse, and like say maybe a minor or disabled child. You know, those are our duties as citizens. And certainly, it's certainly not a duty of any citizen to impoverish themselves on their nursing home costs, because you know the state has rules about how that works. You know, and you know what we always say is for people that say, you know, that we're trying to hide money or we're trying to cheat the government is that, you know, our job is to use the rules that the government puts forth, you know, and use those rules for the benefit of our clients.
Right.
You know, so that's our job. You know, it's not to, you know, there are other people that, you know, the people who are not honest, who are hiding money.
Right.
You know, but in Wayne's case, and he's certainly the case, you know, where, you know, what we want people to do is, you know, if they want to set money aside, there's a right way to do that, you know, and that would be like setting money aside in an irrevocable trust. So let's say, okay, I've got several hundreds of thousands of dollars, you know, and I'm concerned about the high cost of nursing home care, you know, and I have a chronic illness that where I might need nursing home care. They transfer money to a trust to protect it maybe for themselves or for their family members, as to leaving an inheritance, and then you know, and then and then that money would be potentially available, possibly available to them if they would need it later. But mostly, you know, I'm just thinking about, you know, Wayne's statement is that, you know, about, maybe you should just be taken care of at home. I mean, you could hire a nurse, you know, but care at home is 24/7 care at home is typically $12,000 to $15,000 a month if you're looking for 24/7 care. And a lot of our clients need that level of care, and they can't find caregivers, or they have a spouse that can't provide that 24/7 care. You know, so you know that. A lot of it then is that, I mean, obviously the ideal for maybe everybody is to be able to get care at home until they pass away, but that's not always a possibility.
Wow. Talk a little bit more about trusts. When are they appropriate? How do they work? Why do you believe they're the best invention the human mind has to come up with, or whatever it is you say?
Yeah, as what I say is one of the greatest products of the human mind, because basically what it is, you have a person that is okay, Tim Takacs is here and he's going, okay, I want to make sure that, that my wife is taken care of and my children would be taken care of, and I've got a chronic illness or for whatever reason, like Taylor, or like Brad called earlier, and he's got money to set aside in a plan or something. He wants to make sure that that money would be available for the long haul for, his grandchildren. So he sets money, so he transfers money to a trustee, a person who holds, a trustee could be a corporation or an individual, and that trustee is tasked by law with using those funds and that trust only for the benefit of those persons that Brad or the grantor person is named as the beneficiary of the trust. So a lot of those trusts, they can go for generations.
Wow, they can.
For decades.
That is interesting.
Yeah, so you could have like a 90-year-old person that says, I want to set aside $500,000, for my great-great-grandchildren who are, who are 8 or 10 years old. And so they could have a trust for a lifetime for those grandchildren or great-grandchildren.
So interesting. Okay, we have about a minute left. Then you'll leave, and we'll come back, and I'll give all your information and everything. But what do you want people to take away? Give us, in our final minute or so here, kind of what do you want people to take away?
But remember that you can plan for the care of an older person. You don't always have to just react, and to make, and remember that be careful about the planning that you do, because we've talked a lot about a lot of misinformation that sometimes that you've heard that, from people that should know better. So always make sure that you find a specialist, find somebody that, can give you good advice and guidance as you continue to age.
And we're going to put up your information. I'll do that in the next segment. But what do you want people to know if they call your place there?
If you call our place, it doesn't matter whether if we can't help you, we will find someone that we will give you the right directions of where you can be helped.
All right.
That's the main takeaway there.
Tim, thank you. Thank you so much for coming on.
You're welcome.
We will take a break. I'll come back, wrap everything up right after this.
All right.